In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 college basketball games happening on February 28, 2023, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 college basketball games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best bet single picks, best bet parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Arkansas versus Tennessee. It was 2 very different experiences on the basketball court on Saturday for the Arkansas Razorbacks and Tennessee Volunteers, as Arkansas was fighting tooth and nail to try and knock off Alabama on their own floor, while Tennessee was cruising to a 40-point home win over South Carolina. Arkansas watched a 9-point halftime lead ultimately get erased, as the Razorbacks defense that held a very good Crimson Tide offense to just 28 points in that opening 20 minutes had a first-row seat to an Alabama offensive explosion in the final 20 minutes. It will be interesting to see if Arkansas can pick themselves up quickly after a loss like that, as going to Tennessee to face another top 15 ranked team is going to be a scenario where the Razorbacks will need to be at their best again to even have a chance. Arkansas is 8-3 against the spread in their last 11 games overall and 7-2 against the spread in their last 9 games against a team with a winning record, while the over is 9-1 in their last 10 games against a team with a winning record. Tennessee is 11-5 against the spread in their last 16 home games and 2-6 against the spread in their last 8 games overall, while the over is 9-1 in their last 10 games against a team with a winning record. Arkansas has to feel like they are not in the tournament yet, even if some of the bracketologists have them in. The Vols have covered just 2 of their last 8 games, as their offense has struggled against good defensive teams. They still have some injury issues, despite getting James back, with Tyrek Key and Julian Phillips being listed as questionable. Key missed the South Carolina game, and Phillip hasn't played since February 11th. Tennessee's home finale could serve as the final stand for Arkansas if they don't come to play Tuesday night. The Hogs have played well since a 4-game skid in January, but with the losses naturally piling up, they're still in search of coveted win number 20. Taking down the Vols will be no easy task, but after watching their effort with their backs against the wall in a hostile environment versus Bama, I feel Eric Musselman will have this group ready to play again in Knoxville. So the Arkansas Razorbacks to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Tennessee will try and slow the pace down at home. They run an adjusted tempo of 66 according to Ken Palm. They are 5-2-1 under in their last 8 games and have scored just 65 points per game over their last 8 games. At home, they are allowing teams to shoot 23.5% from 3-point range and 33.3% from the field. Arkansas is shooting just 30% from beyond the arc on the road, so they will need to find other ways to score. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Virginia Tech versus Louisville. It's been quite the fall to the bottom of the country for this Louisville Cardinals program, as it's been downright ugly this year with just 4 wins basically by March 1st. The good news for the Cardinals on Tuesday night is the fact that it is a home game for them, and all 4 of their wins this year have come at home. In fact, Louisville is looking for a 2-game winning streak at home after shocking Clemson 83-73 the last time they were on this floor. They host a Virginia Tech team that's done all of their best work at home too, as the Hokies roll into Louisville on Tuesday night with a 1-9 straight-up record at home. It's those numbers that Louisville backers may have to cling to, as there just isn't much good news statistically when you are trying to make a case for a 4-25 straight-up team. The Red Raiders are 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 road games and 5-1 against the spread in their last 6 games overall. The Jayhawks are 5-1 against the spread in their last 6 games overall. The over is 6-2-1 in Red Raiders' last 9 overall. The over is 5-0 in Jayhawks' last 5 Tuesday games. As the season wins closer to March Madness, there's still a great deal of madness taking place in the Big 12 Conference, as nearly every team has a case to make the tournament. The Texas Tech Red Raiders, however, are perhaps one of the Big 12 teams who will be left out of the tournament due to an awful 0-8 start in conference play. Despite the discouraging start, the Red Raiders are one of the hottest teams in the Big 12 at the moment and should not be taken lightly. They've rattled off wins in 4 of their last 5 games, including 2 wins over ranked opponents, with victories against number 12 Kansas State and number 6 Texas. Tonight, they head to Lawrence in a rematch against arguably the top team in the country and the number 3 Kansas Jayhawks. Unless something wild happens in their last 2 games, the Jayhawks are almost certainly a lock for a number 1 seed in the tournament and have the most quad 1 wins in the NCAA with 15. Kansas won their first meeting on January 3rd, but that's not to say the Red Raiders didn't give them a scare, as the Jayhawks escaped with a 75-72 win. Now a hot Texas Tech team has 6'11" senior Pickdawgz back on the floor after missing most of the season with a foot injury, and he's made an immediate impact. Amack has scored double figures for the Red Raiders in 6 of the 8 games he's appeared in this season, and he could very well be the difference maker that keeps this game much closer than the point spread suggests. Look for the Red Raiders to finish out the season with some pride as their solid basketball carries over into Lawrence tonight. So the Texas Tech Red Raiders to cover the spread as under is our full game side pick. These 2 teams have been over machines of late, as the Cardinals are 6-1 over-under in their last 7 overall, while the Hokies are on a 9-1 over-under run in their last 10 games as well. Neither defense in this game is particularly good by any standards, so I see no reason why these overruns for both teams can't continue. Virginia Tech is 8-4 over-under this year off a loss and clearing those totals by an average of 6 points per game. Louisville is 12-11 over-under off a loss and clearing those totals by an average of 3 points per game. The 2 teams are a combined 24-11 over-under in conference play this year, and it's the Hokies' 14-4 over-under record leading the way there. Obviously, these poor defenses could get help from some poor shooting, especially in the case of Louisville's offense. But take away that game against Virginia's stout defense, and the Cardinals have averaged 76 points per game on offense during this 4-game run at home of against the spread wins. There are just too many supporting factors to continue riding the wave of overs for both of these 2 teams. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. San Diego State versus Boise State. The San Diego State Aztecs will visit Extra Mile Arena to play the Boise State Broncos on Tuesday. The San Diego State defeated New Mexico 73-71 on Saturday. The Aztecs are 5-0 straight up in their past 5 and lead the Mountain West Conference with a 14-2 record. Boise State lost to San Jose State in overtime on Saturday. The Broncos are 4-1 straight up in their past 5 and trail the Aztecs by 2 games in the Mountain West standings with a 12-4 record. San Diego State beat Boise State 72-52 on February 3rd. The Aztecs led 43-21 at halftime and outlasted the Broncos in the second half. They shot 51% from the field and held the visitors to 36.5 shooting. San Diego State leads the all-time series 18-10. San Diego State is 8-2 against the spread in their last 11 games and 1-4 against the spread in their last 6 Tuesday games. The under is 5-1 in San Diego State's last 6 games. Boise State is 1-3 against the spread in their last 5 home games and 0-6 against the spread in their last 7 games. The over is 4-1 in Boise State's last 5 games. The underdog is 4-1 against the spread in these 2 teams' last 5 head-to-head meetings. San Diego State flexed its muscle in the first meeting with Boise State at Viejas Arena in Southern California, blasting the Broncos by a 72-52 score as 6.5-point favorites as the under cashed. It was the second largest win of the season for San Diego State during conference play. The Aztecs have won 6 games overall, while going 4-1 against the spread during the span, while going 8-2 against the spread in the past 11 outings. That includes the cover on February 3rd against the Broncos. San Diego State is feeling the pressure of the final days of the season and the potential clinch, as it barely covered 73-71 at New Mexico last time out. The Broncos of Boise State suffered a costly blow last time out against lowly San Jose State, falling 74-68 in overtime, all but nailing the coffin shut, at least in terms of winning the Mountain West Conference. The Broncos are still in very good shape for a postseason berth. While Boise State has still won 4 of the past 5 games and 7 of the past 9 outings overall, Boise State is doing terribly against the number. The Broncos are a dismal 0-6 against the spread in the past 7 games overall, while going 0-4 against the spread in the past 5 games against teams with a winning overall mark. That's a stark contrast to San Diego State, which is 3-0 to 1 against the spread in the past 4 games against winning teams. Look for the Aztecs to go the extra mile and cut down the nets at Extra Mile Arena on Tuesday night. However, it's worth taking the 2 points on the spread as extra insurance. So the San Diego State Aztecs to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Boise State has gone over the point total in 4 of their last 5 games, and either they or their opponent has scored 72 or more points in 6 straight. San Diego State has gone under the point total in 5 of their previous 6 games and in 3 straight road games. Their meeting earlier this year did go under the point total, and a total of 133.5 points were scored. Boise State and San Diego State currently ranked 223rd and 216th in pace of play respectively. Most signs point to a lower scoring affair. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.